The family and friends of Dominique Lomax released green and white balloons together on Thursday evening to honor her memory. The 27-year-old's body was found aflame near Swinney and Holmes roads on the morning of September 8th.
You set my daughter on fire. You put her in the woods. Just treated her like she was nothing when she was well-loved and still well-loved.
Her mother, Lois Lomax, spoke at Thursday's vigil and called for whoever killed her daughter to come forward. Lomax's sisters also had strong words.
We deserve to know what's going on. We deserve to know why. And we deserve to know that these people need to be in jail. She needs justice.
It doesn't matter who you are and what you know. Any little piece of information helps my family. My family is hurting. We are broken. We are devastated. We are upset. And we just really want answers from my sister.
This isn't over. This isn't over. It may have been 1 week, but believe me, in that 1 week, she's gonna get what she's deserved. She's gonna get justice. And I promise you that. I'm not gonna let this go until my baby has victory over this.
Her mother, Lois Lomax, stood at the vigil Thursday night, her voice shaking but fierce. She begged whoever did this to her daughter to come forward. Lomax's sisters echoed her pain and fury. We deserve to know what happened. We deserve to know why. Whoever did this needs to be behind bars. She needs justice. Lois looked straight into the cameras. It doesn't matter who you are or what you know. Any small detail could help. My family is shattered, broken, devastated, and we just want answers for my sister. Police say Dominique Lomax was last seen by her boyfriend around 5 a.m. on Labor Day. But something about that morning never sat right. This isn't over, Lois said again. It's been a week, but believe me, she will get what she deserves. She will get justice. I won't stop until my baby has victory over this. At 4:33 a.m., Memphis was still asleep. The skyline is quiet. The air along Swinney Road hung thick with fuel and smoke. When the first patrol car arrived, officers thought it was just another illegal burn, trash, maybe tires. But as they stepped closer, flashlights slicing through the haze, reality hit harder than the smoke. These weren't discarded things. They were human remains. Someone had set a body on fire, trying to
Murray
erase
City
it.
Fire Department
Responded
to a warehouse fire
But
this
fire
evening around
couldn't burn away
6:30.
her
You're looking
name.
at video from the scene
As
here.
the scene fell
Firefighters hard at
silent,
work.
detectives
According to
began
that
piecing
department, it
together her
happened
last
just
moments.
before 7
A
and near a building on the
27-year-old
north
woman
side of
gone
the
less than
cemetery
48
on Vine.
hours after being dropped off by her boyfriend. He said she went to meet another man, a friend, maybe more. It was supposed to be a short visit, but she never came back. Her final message was just 4 words. I'm going to walk in. His reply, walk in where? Then, nothing. Her phone went dark. Her family's calls rang unanswered. By evening, her smile was everywhere. A photo shared again and again with one word beneath it, missing. 2 days later, that same city woke to smoke. And when the flames died, Memphis finally learned her name, Dominique Lomax. If you're into real true crime stories, stories that dig deep into the facts and the people behind them, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to Viral Crime Stories. We post new videos every single day, so there's always another case to uncover, another truth to explore. Dominique Lomax was simply known as Dom, the girl who could turn an ordinary day into laughter. Born and raised in Memphis, she grew up surrounded by family, one of 4 sisters, each of them inseparable. Their mother often said that raising Dominique was like raising the sun, bright, unpredictable, and impossible to ignore. From church on Sundays to cookouts in the backyard, Dominique had a presence that filled every room she entered. She loved hard, laughed loud, and lived fast in the best way, determined to make something of herself, even when life threw her detours. She attended local Memphis schools, known for her confidence and quick wit. Friends say she had a natural instinct to protect others, the kind of person who'd stand up for a friend in trouble without hesitation. As she grew older, she balanced independence with loyalty to her family. Her siblings called her their anchor, someone who checked in daily, even when she was juggling motherhood and work. Because yes, Dominique was a mother, her world revolved around her son, her reason for pushing forward, for working long hours, and for keeping faith when things got heavy. She wanted more than survival. She wanted stability, a home, and a future her child could be proud of. Those who knew her said she was kind but tough, with that Memphis mix of warmth and grit. The type who'd smile in your face but wouldn't let anyone play her twice. Online, Dominique projected that same confidence. Her social media was a mix of selfies, music lyrics, and moments with her child. Soft glimpses of love behind the humor and hustle. Her posts often read like affirmations about knowing her worth, keeping her peace, and not letting the wrong people back into her life. To followers, she seemed radiant, grounded, even fearless. But beneath that digital glow were familiar struggles: trust, safety, and the delicate balance between believing in love and protecting yourself from it. By the first weekend of September 2023, Labor Day weekend, Dominique's life appeared calm on the surface. She'd been working, spending time with family, and planning to unwind. According to messages shared later by friends, she was supposed to meet someone she knew from the neighborhood, a man her boyfriend called Rico. They talked before. Nothing seemed alarming. To Dominique, it was just another quick visit, another night that didn't feel dangerous. Her weekend routine looked ordinary: a hair appointment, a few lighthearted texts, and a check-in with her sisters. She mentioned feeling ready for a fresh start, hinting that something had been weighing on her but not explaining what. Friends would later remember small details: a tone in her voice, a distracted pause, moments where she seemed deep in thought. No one realized those were the last calm hours before everything changed. The last time anyone saw Dominique Lomax alive was just before dawn on September 4th, 2023. The sky over Memphis was still ink black, and the streets were mostly empty, except for the quiet hum of cars heading toward Airways Boulevard. At 4:45 a.m., Dominique's boyfriend told police he dropped her off outside the Highland Meadows apartments, saying she planned to meet a man she knew, someone he called Rico. Dominique, tired but upbeat, stepped out of the car with her camouflage backpack, her phone in hand, and texted the person she was meeting. "I'm going to walk in." The reply came seconds later. "Walk in where?" Then nothing. The phone fell silent. That brief exchange would become one of the last known traces of Dominique's life. The timestamp on that text message would be analyzed by detectives, family members, and eventually the media, as if the answer to what happened next might somehow be hidden in the pause between those two lines. Her family woke up that morning expecting her usual text or call. When none came, worry crept in. By afternoon, calls were going straight to voicemail. Her sisters began posting her photo on Facebook, tagging her name, asking if anyone had seen her. Friends commented instantly she was just online. She wouldn't just vanish. That night, hope still outweighed fear. Her mother prayed out loud that Dominique had just needed space. Maybe her phone died. Maybe she'd walk through the door like nothing happened. But as the hours turned into days, that prayer grew heavier. Her sister posted this on Facebook. "Hey everyone, if you know me, then you know this is my sister Dominique. Her name is Dominique Lomax, and she was last seen being assaulted and dragged into the car of her estranged and violently abusive boyfriend yesterday in the Whitehaven area. I'm embarrassed putting my sister's business out to the world, but I don't want people to think this is a joke. If you feel the need to crack a joke, crack it to yourself. But for those of you who are my family, friends of my sister, or if you have a genuine heart, please share this for me. Please. My grandma raised us to love each other more because when they leave, we are all we have. And I live by that. So I love my sister more than anything, and neither of them has ever worried me this way. Please, if you know anything, DM me. If I do not respond, then call me. God, I humbly ask that you shield my sister from harm and danger."
We wear the letters of the city on our back with pride, but, everything that really come with it, we sometimes just not prepared for.
According to Memphis police, 27-year-old Dominique Lomax was last seen on September 4th. They say the last known person to see the young woman was her boyfriend. In a police report, Dominique's mother said the boyfriend told her he dropped her daughter off at Highland Meadows Apartments to meet another man. The boyfriend said after he dropped Dominique off, she sent a text to him saying that she was walking in. He asked her where, and then communication stopped. Dominique's sister went to the apartments to search. She called Dominique's phone and says a man answered. He told her he found the phone while he was outside doing yard work. When people go missing, it's usually not the best news. By September 5th, her family filed an official missing person report. Police took the statement, noting her last known location and the text she'd sent. Then came the morning that would redefine everything. At 4:33 a.m. on September 6th, officers were dispatched to Swinney Road near East Holmes after a caller reported a fire on the roadside. The area sits near the airport, mostly industrial, dotted with warehouses and shipping yards. Firefighters extinguished the flames quickly, but what they found beneath the smoke wasn't debris. It was a body. The remains were burned beyond recognition, but early indicators suggested it was a young woman. Officers immediately secured the scene, calling it what it was, a homicide.
Deadly fire tonight. This fire was reported about 4:30 this morning at Swinney Road near Holmes. After crews extinguished the fire, police say they found human remains. So now, police are investigating this case as a homicide. Anyone with information should call Crime Stoppers 901-528-CAT.
Morning news broke fast. Human remains found burning on the side of the road. Photos of flashing blue lights flooded social media before the family even got a call. Her mother saw the reports on Facebook and felt her chest collapse. I knew she would later say, "A mother just knows." 2 days later, the medical examiner confirmed what everyone feared. The victim was 27-year-old Dominique Lomax. Detectives delivered the news at the family home. According to relatives, silence filled the room before grief took over. Her mother screamed, her sisters cried, and her child, too young to understand, kept asking when Mommy was coming home. A little over a mile from where the phone was found, and 2 days later, a body was found burning on this remote Whitehaven road. And Wednesday morning, investigators announced it belonged to the missing mother, sister, daughter, and friend. If you could give your sister one more message, what would it be? That, "I love you and I'm sorry, and I should have been there, and I wish I could have told you I love you one last time." Now, the Memphis Police Department tell us that this is still an active homicide investigation. The community responded the only way Memphis knows how, with candles, music, and prayers. Within 24 hours, a vigil was held near Airways where she was last seen. Pink and white balloons floated toward the sky. Neighbors gathered holding photos, and someone played her favorite R&B song over a small speaker. One of her sisters spoke through tears. "We just want justice for Dominique. We want whoever did this to pay." Online, her name began circulating everywhere. Justice for Dominique. Say her name and Memphis strong. Friends shared clips of her smiling, dancing, laughing, anything to remind the world that she wasn't just a victim on the news. Her name became a rally cry on Facebook, the narrator notes, and a whisper in every Memphis barbershop. As investigators pieced together the timeline, one clue stood out: Dominique's phone. When relatives called her number days earlier, a man answered, claiming he'd found it while cleaning a yard. Police seized it for analysis. The phone data, location pings, deleted texts, social messages became central to the investigation. Detectives retraced her last movements between Highland Meadows and Swinney Road. They pulled footage from nearby gas stations and street cameras, interviewed residents, and checked cell tower data. But as of now, 2 years later, no arrests have been made. Her sister posted on Facebook, "My sister is gone. Please, for the love of God, please do not call me. I'm going where I need to be because I cannot take this. I'll never be the same because of how my sister left this earth. And I pray when her spirit left her body, my grandma received it and welcomed her to the line of our ancestors. Thank you for all the prayers, and I'll give updates when I can." Investigators believe the person responsible was familiar with the area. Setting a fire in such a remote location wasn't random. It was deliberate. Still, without witnesses or a clear suspect, the case remains open, locked between tragedy and silence. Forensic experts later explained that burn scenes present enormous challenges. Much of the DNA and trace evidence is destroyed by heat, making it difficult to recover usable leads. The narrator reflects, "The fire took the body, but it couldn't take the trail of data left behind." Yet, even that digital trail has not yet led to justice. Dominique's death became part of a grim pattern in Memphis. Women killed by men they knew, cases rooted in jealousy, possessiveness, and betrayal. In 2023 alone, Tennessee ranked among the highest states in female homicide rates, many of them domestic or dating-related. Advocates said Dominique's story wasn't an isolated tragedy. It was a symptom of something larger, a cycle where women's fears are often dismissed until it's too late. Her family grew frustrated with how quickly the headlines faded. There were no press conferences after the initial report, no new leads announced, and the case never made national coverage. Her mother spoke publicly saying, "It's like they forgot her, but we didn't. We can't." Every September since, the family has organized a memorial walk in her honor. They release balloons, wear shirts with her photo, and remind the city that her killer is still free. They've launched fundraisers, some to help raise her child, others to support awareness campaigns about meeting people safely. Her friends still post her picture on her birthday, writing messages like, "We miss you, sis, and I know you're watching over your baby." For them, Dominique's story isn't about how she died. It's about how she lived. She loved fiercely, trusted deeply, and believed that even in a world that could be cruel, people were mostly good. But her case also serves as a warning about the danger that hides in familiarity. Meeting someone you know, trusting a neighborhood face, answering one late-night text, it all feels harmless until it isn't. In a city full of sound, Dominique's silence became deafening. Every headline was a reminder that her killer still walked free. Still, her family hasn't stopped speaking her name. Each year they gather where her body was found, lighting candles against the wind, their voices breaking through the dark. "We just want answers. We won't stop until we know why." Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you haven't already, be sure to like this video, subscribe to Viral Crime Stories, and turn on notifications, covering cases you know and many you don't. Stick with us as we bring you more stories to be heard.